coming into the main porch of our church. And outside we have a photographer here as well from the Evening Echo. You can read all about this in tomorrow's Evening Echo. Right. Okay, are we all social distanced? We're all wearing our masks. Okay then. A couple of months ago, my wife said to me that this area here, which is a blank window, might make a nice notice board or a space for a piece of art. So I spoke to our resident artist and I mentioned her that I might like something with a Bible quote or something along those lines, and she completely ignored me. And I'm glad she did, actually. This is a unique piece. It speaks of our church and our faith. It speaks of Cork itself, and she will explain the very essence of that link. And as you look at it in the weeks and the months and the years to come, every time you look at it, you will be drawn to a different piece of it, and that's the beauty of it. So as we officially unveil a unique piece of art in our church courtyard, I invite the artist to say a few words about her piece and to add the final touch and to sign her name to it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me put this here. I'm so excited about this because I've been working on it all during the lockdown and the pieces of it, but I didn't know it was going to be here. I realized, oh, I'm so sorry. I'll have to do a better job. There. I think that's it. All right. Before COVID happened, we were all beginning to realize that we had a real problem with climate change. And people were beginning to really wake up to that fact. And then COVID happened and knocked those ideas right out of our head because we all became so worried about COVID. And it occurred to me that in hospitals everywhere, there was going to be so much non-recyclable material generated because of the sick. And so it was incumbent upon all of us who were not sick to do the best we could to recycle, reuse, repurpose, etc. And I thought, how can I model this? And my first thought was maybe I could come up with a use for crisp bags, because I had been cleaning a lot near our house as one of my lockdown projects, and I noticed these things don't go away, they don't change color, and they're everywhere. What if we could figure out a way to use them in some way? So I started experimenting and making jewelry, and some of you are wearing some of my jewelry that I made. And I started making garlands because I wanted to decorate a church Christmas tree with garlands. And then I realized that I could make some really nice things. So I've made tubes and spirals, and I even cut up Coke bottles for the plastic, and I've wrapped those to make strips. And so it's full of recycled material, jar lids, and so forth. But the main thing is a river, a kind of a tidal river, because it goes both ways, of words, all clipped from the Echo. And the words I took out of the Echo very thoughtfully. Words that represented our church, it seemed to me, and words that represented us. And I thought of all of you as I was working on it. And I was in prayer, and I lit candles, and I was cutting and pasting and making it waterproof and so forth, and thinking about different members of the church. And you will find yourself here somewhere, but you won't know if it really is. Only you will know if it's you. So this is it. We're going to call this Unitarian Echoes, and it'll require staring at for a few weeks probably to take it in. So why don't we remove the screen? And thank you, Pierce and Michael. Remove the screen, and I'm going to sign it with this pen. And I don't think it matters. Oh, thanks. I don't think it really matters pretty much where I sign it. Can you see that it really won't matter? So I'm going to just sign it here. And I'm going to put 2020, because who will ever forget 2020? And I just want to point out a couple of things. Little things that jiggle. You can touch this safely if you're gentle. The whole thing is very well secured. There are things that jiggle all over it. And there's words from the sublime to the ridiculous. Words like give and take, hope of recovery, changing what we learned. And then there's words like coffee and tasty. So you can find a little bit of everything on here. Huge work. Restart my life. Peaceful demonstrations. Key life lessons, and so forth. It's all over, and you can read it from the bottom to the top, or come back, or start anywhere you want. So there we go. Oh, and one note, the little compact disc here that's been repainted, that's in honor of you, Michael, as a former DJ. I put the compact disc here. So so that's all, and I hope you will enjoy it and have a chance to look at it. So thank you. Whoops.
Okay, thank you, everybody.